What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's enjoying their week. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you all. Please smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, that way you don't miss content when I drop it. And today is a great day for me because I've been anticipating this for the last week or so. So just to kind of give you a backdrop as to what's going on. For those of you that don't know or may not know, I actually built my first PC. I actually didn't really post the build itself because it being my first PC build, I didn't want to, didn't really know what would happen, how long it would take, and, battery issues and SD cards, with all that, plus my brother being the one helping me as well. I didn't want to put him in the video. But needless to say, I built my first PC about a week ago, and I've been kind of putting it into my TV, so I've been actually running it off my TV monitor, or my TV screen. And although that may be fine for some people, but for me, I prefer to have kind of separate. I don't really like to switch back and forth between cable, then games, and cable, then movies. I just prefer that, so I decided to just get a gaming monitor. And I was kind of scouring around, and obviously 4K monitors are rather expensive. There was one I was looking at, it was like almost $600 some odd dollars, and it was nice, but I already had like a 4K iMac that I just sold a couple of days prior to me wanting to get the monitor that I got now. And I was looking around, trying to figure out what's the best kind of sweet spot for a monitor. And from what I've been reading, a lot of the consensus is, 1440, which I believe is 2.7K or 2K, is pretty much the sweet spot. And since I shoot everything in 4K anyway, I don't think I would notice too much of a difference between 4K and 2K in terms of just how it looks up on my screen. I suppose if I just simply bought like a 1080 screen, in which case I'd have to shoot all my videos in 1080, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of me having a 4K camera. But from everything that I've read, the consensus was that a 2K monitor was perfectly legitimately good. So I'm going to show you what the box looks like. This is the box. It is a rather big box. Again, it's a 27-inch. It's 144 hertz, 1 millisecond response time monitor. And the cool thing about this is that it not only does it tilt, pan, it also does a 90-degree angle, which I think is kind of cool. Not that I actually would ever, use that, but I think it's kind of interesting. I think I might kind of find it in some unique way to probably use it for something. Not really sure what I'd use it for in terms of just the tilting, the 90-degree, but it's just kind of a cool thing to have. So, but with that in mind, we're actually going to get into the unboxing of this, and I'm going to show you exactly where I plan on putting this. So, this is where my gaming monitor is going to sit, on top of my desk. Now, previously on here, before I had this, was literally my iMac. So my iMac was a 21-inch TV. Kind of forgive the mess, the camera there, and all this there. But the majority of this, I'm going to end up moving. My 21-incher sat on this gaming monitor stand that I got my iPad and my Switch on. This being a 27-inch monitor, I'm hoping it should be just perfectly fine. Sitting up there might be a little bit wider, but I might have to move some things around. But normally I don't think I'm going to have any issues with putting it up there. So what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to, once I unbox it and get it all set up, we're actually going to I'm actually going to show you what it's going to look like with all this stuff off, and then just my PC tower sitting next to it, and then just kind of go from there, just to kind of give you a kind of glimpse as to what my new gaming rig setup is going to be like. So the parts that I built, and it's actually just give you the website of the PC parts that I bought for it, as well as give you a website called PC Parts Builder, which kind of shows you how to configure PCs. You can configure them in any way you want. Kind of go through like how much it would cost for you to build your perfect PC, as well as I'll give you a few other YouTuber websites that actually do some pretty good builds that are pretty inexpensive. There's one I was watching yesterday, building a $350 PC, even a $400 gaming rig, and I'll have a link in the description for all those YouTubers there. But in terms of where I'm putting mine, that is where everything's going to be sitting at. I'll end up having to redo the gaming or the cord management, as you can see on the bottom. The cord management is a little bit, kind of, it's not horrible, but it's going to look a lot better than that. So disregard all that, but just, I'm going to have my 27-inch and my PC sitting there, and that's where that's going to sit at. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. So we're going to get into the unboxing of this bad boy. I'm going to get into that now. So this is my 27-inch LG. This is a model LG 27GL83A. This I got on Amazon for about, I believe it was $337, $338 is what the cost was for this. This is a 1440 144 hertz, 1 millisecond. This is an NVIDIA sync capable monitor, so basically this means that it will sync perfectly. It basically will work with the graphics card that I have in my PC, which is an NVIDIA 27 RTX. So we're just going to get into the unboxing of this now. So this is what we're going to look like. We're going to be getting, you get HDMI cord. Normally when you buy a monitor, not always do they come with HDMI cords. Usually you'll end up having to supply your own HDMI cord. But it looks like they actually give you actually 2 different kinds of HDMI cords, which is actually kind of cool. Although this is an HDMI cord in itself, so there's that, which is actually kind of cool. So you can see HDMI cord. This, it looks like an HDMI cord, but this is a display port. Oh, cool. So yeah, usually you don't usually get monitors with with a display port cord as well as a HDMI cord. So the fact that it gives you a DisplayPort cord actually makes it a lot easier for me, so I don't have to worry about using an HDMI cord to kind of run from my monitor to my PC. I can just use the display cord, which is actually kind of cool, so that's pretty cool. And then this is the power brick, or the plug, which is not fairly big, but I'll have to figure out how to plug it into my wall at the same time as managing everything else, so that's pretty cool. This is some sort of cable tie, I guess. This is for the cord management for the back of the monitor. And then it looks like you also get some software, so it looks like instructions, warranty, product register. I always recommend that you register your products on the website that you bought it from. That way, in case something happens, you have a copy of it, and you can just basically, they'll send you like a box with an RN code, and you simply will just take that and return it. So that, and then looks like there's going to be some owner's manual. Usually sometimes there'll also be like some software drive or software update that you might need to do. It really depends on the computer and how you plug it. Really depends on the computer and how old the monitor is, or if there's any updates that were needed to be done after the model that you bought was already shipped. But usually you can always find that out from the website, from whatever monitor that you're buying it from, or from whatever manufacturer you're buying it from. But I'll probably end up doing that after I'm done setting this up. So it's obviously the manual and the quick start guide. So basically what I mean by the 90 degrees is it probably won't show you, but it does show you a lot of the inputs that you get. So obviously you get like a digital display port, an HDMI. Looks like you get 2 HDMIs, and then obviously for a headset, that's the power. These do not come with speakers. So normally when you're buying a monitor, typically nowadays they don't come with speakers. So you either have to provide your own speakers or just use headsets. But computer speakers are pretty inexpensive when it comes to that. So this is the base mount. So it's pretty solid, should be, considering that the monitor is pretty big. And this is going to be the base, which is pretty big, obviously for a 27-incher. So this seems like it's going to be, it's the base. So that's the back of the monitor. Now this is a VESA compliant monitor. So basically when you're buying your monitor, pretty much all of them should be VESA compliant, which means you can either mount it to a wall, or you can buy like a desk clamp mount and you can mount the screen directly to that. It just depends. We might check with the manufacturer for that, but I believe that pretty much all monitors will be VESA compliant nowadays. So there is that. And then now we're going to get into the monitor itself. And this is a rather large, very large monitor. Now that I see it in the box, the video doesn't do justice to it, but it is a rather large monitor. So, and you want to handle it very carefully. You don't want to pick it up by the edges or by the screen, because you can run the risk of cracking it. If you crack it, well, it's a $300-some-odd screen that you'll end up having to buy a new one of. But this is, as you can see, my LG monitor. It's a 27-incher. Obviously, that's the power button as well as the select function. That's if you need to connect it to a Kingston lock and you want to lock the monitor. You only do that if you're like displaying this at work or someplace like that, or you bought this for work and you want to make sure no one jacks it. That's what that would be for. But beyond that, on the back, this is going to be all your inputs, as you can see right here. So you've got your two HDMI's, you've got a display port, you have your headset port, and that's pretty much it. I believe that this piece right here might be some sort of a latch for, it's the latch for the bracket that goes in here to the long piece. The middle piece slides into this and just bracket that into that, and that's how that works. So that is the gist of everything for the unboxing of my gaming monitor. And that is everything for the unboxing of my LG 27-inch gaming monitor. Now again, this gaming monitor is 144 Hertz refresh rate, and it's got a 1 millisecond response time. And I'll have a link in the description for this monitor below. And once I have it put together and have pretty much my PC and everything else set up over here, then I'll make a separate video on just kind of my new YouTube setup. But for now, I'm just going to be having to kind of move some things around and just kind of get some things situated, because now I'm running with a much more different type of a setup, so it's a little bit more different than what I had when I had just my iMac and everything else over there. So that is pretty much it. And again, I'm going to thank everybody for watching. And again, if this is your first time here, please smash the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it. And I'll have a link in the description for everything that I just talked about. I'll have a link in the description for the YouTubers that I watch, as well as for a PC Parts Picker and my kit.com profile for all the parts that I specifically use in my PC build. And again, I'm going to thank everybody for watching. And my name is Black Capino, the Apple Guy, and have a great week.